Lane and Curtis, a seemingly perfect couple, had a picturesque wedding followed by a life in New York suburbs. They were deeply in love, working during the week and enjoying weekends with friends. Soon they decided to expand their family. Their first child, Fred, displayed exceptional intelligence from an early age. Lana, Fred's mother, dedicated herself to creating a loving home even during her pregnancy. Fred's extraordinary abilities led the couple to contemplate enrolling him in a school for the gifted children, but the second child they had turned out to be something very different. Hi there, we're Haunting Stories and we cover stories from all around the world. If you like this type of content, then consider subscribing to our channel as we bring never-seen real-life stories to you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified whenever we upload a new episode. Before long, Lana became pregnant again, and Fred was ecstatic about having a sibling. He showed immense affection for the unborn baby, eager to protect his mother. However, during Lana's second delivery, complications arose. Lana, determined to deliver naturally, eventually had to undergo an emergency C-section. Their daughter Sara was born healthy and the family rejoiced. Fred, waiting eagerly, was thrilled to meet his little sister, but his reaction shocked everyone. Instead of embracing her, he denied her as a sister, puzzled by her blonde hair and blue eyes, different from the family's traits. Fred's behavior perplexed his parents and grandmother, and despite their efforts to reassure him, he maintained his stance. Clarice, their grandmother, suggested that with time and love, Fred would come around. However, weeks passed and Fred's aversion to Sara persisted. Even when asked to help with her care, he remained distant. The once adoring older brother seemed replaced by skepticism. Desperate to resolve the issue, Curtis, Fred's father, decided to seek professional help from a psychologist. They hoped to understand and address Fred's strange behavior, fearing it might threaten their perfect family. After 4 sessions with Warren Robertson, a child psychologist, it was clear that Fred, the older brother, remained unshaken in his belief that the newborn girl was not his true sister. Warren, acknowledging Fred's logical nature, devised an experiment. He suggested a DNA test, believing that physical proof would dispel Fred's doubts. Lara initially found the idea radical and feared it would cast doubt on their family's integrity. Curtis, however, reassured her, emphasizing that the test was merely to help Fred accept Sara fully into their family. Lana agreed reluctantly. Despite the expensive test, the family savored moments together. Sara was growing rapidly, filling their home with laughter and joy. However, the joy was tainted by Fred's reluctance to embrace her. He maintained an inexplicable distance, raising concerns. Days turned into weeks, and the doubts seeded by the DNA test cast a shadow over their once happy home. Curtis struggled to concentrate at work while Lana's love for Sara felt altered. Clarice, the grandmother, felt the growing unease too. Eventually, the couple decided to investigate further, taking the DNA results back to the maternity ward where Lana had given birth. They demanded an investigation to uncover the truth. The hospital administrators, fearing a lawsuit, promised to do everything in their power to resolve the mystery. A team was assigned to analyze births on the same day as Sara's. After 10 days, they identified a young couple living in challenging conditions who might have received Lana and Curtis's biological child. The child with them had a cleft lip and required corrective surgery, a treatment the couple couldn't afford. When the maternity ward team approached the young couple, they were devastated to learn of the mistake. The couple had come to love the baby as their own over the months they believed her to be their daughter. Facing the same dilemma, Lana and Curtis wrestled with their emotions whenever they looked at Sara. With no other option, the two families decided to exchange their babies. It was a heart-wrenching decision that marked the beginning of a new chapter and the end of another. As they held the new children in their arms, they grappled with a mixture of indifference and excitement. They were now faced with unfamiliar infants who were indeed their biological daughters. Curtis and Lana wondered how long it would take for these children to recognize them as their parents. As they drove home with their new daughters, Lana observed the baby, noting that her hair was darker and her eyes had a hint of blue. They couldn't help but ponder how Fred, their eldest, had intuited the truth about the initial switch. His remarkable instinct was an enduring mystery. Upon returning home, they were greeted by a calm and composed Fred, who approached the baby with curiosity and slowly lowered his gaze. After a careful inspection, a broad smile crossed his face. "This is my sister. Can I hold her?" he asked, leaving everyone present in tears. The new addition to the family adapted seamlessly, bridging the gap between Curtis, Lana, and Fred. The sibling bond between Fred and Sara grew stronger over the years. To this day, the mystery of how Fred had known that the baby was not his true sister remains unsolved. Clarice insists that it was Fred's intuition that saved two families from a grave mistake.